YouTube. Hey now. I just want to share something with you. I'd say respect goes a long way. Even when there's a discord, you can actually say your point without being malicious, without over talking each other, and without interrupting each other. Respect goes a long way. I was talking to a person that was from another faith, and although there were many differences, there were some similar, but there were many differences. Although I don't agree, although I don't follow by that faith. I had a better understanding of where that faith comes from their perspective, and it's embedded. Their faith is embedded in their culture, right? We were able to exchange, history. He said his side, the older gentleman said his side, and I said, my piece. And we were talking history, and we were exchanging, information and knowledge. And I learned something I learned a few, things in that conversation. And it was to the point oh, okay. And some misunderstandings were cleared up. So a lot, sometimes when you're communicating from having opposite views, if you take your pride out, and you would tend to find out okay, that's where they're coming from with that. You may not necessarily agree or follow the prescribed doctrine, but they will also, and they don't have to agree with and they don't have to agree with you, but I learned, and I'm learning, hearing where people are at, whatever doctrine they prescribe to. Now, if it's culturally, it's in their culture, right? That's a whole nother ball game than just following doctrine. It's deeper than that. There's a longer history behind that. And so I'm being so careful how I'm wording it, because I'm not coming from a biased view. I'm speaking at it objectively, and so whatever topics that you're talking to a person, it doesn't matter if you're talking about beliefs, if you're talking about how you raise your kids or how you raise kids, or how you just look at life in a certain way, it's good to hear a person out where they're coming from without interrupting them. Too many times, when people don't agree with one another, or whatever, what have you, they want to interrupt them in the midst of their speech. That's not humane. When you interrupt someone, that's not respect. That's not respectful. You don't interrupt them in their speech, and you inform them that they don't interrupt you in your speech. People can speak their piece without feeling a certain type of way. But yeah, like, share, comment, and subscribe if you want to hear more details about what I'm going into or what I'm talking about. Hit like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell button. And this was just not a rant, but something what I've learned, and something and good advice or how to look at things. All right, y'all. Have a good one.